Hi, good to see you guys again, or to have you see me. I changed the date. I accidentally put that it was Saturday, May 10th, 2020, but it's really Saturday, May 9th, 2020. Okay? And again, we're doing reading comprehension, but we got a little story with some rhyming. Okay? And this is actually a poem, which is like a really short, kind of more nice sounding story. It's really about the sounds and the story. Poems have a lot of like music to the way they are said and sound. One way they have music to them is by rhyming. Now, I hope you guys remember rhyming. I think you do. Cross my fingers. So, rhyming means the ending of two or more, 2+ words, sound the same. They do not look the same. They sound the same. A lot of rhyming is really simple. Like cat rhymes with bat. The ending of cat sounds the same as the ending of bat, right? And they do look the same. Some rhyming, like tree and me, might have the same last letter, right? Because the sounds might be the same, but we know there's at least two ways for E to sound, and E. So this is the long E, tree and me, okay? And those rhyme because it's the long E. Sounds the same. Now, some words like for, more, bore, tore, they rhyme, but their endings do not look the same, right? Only the sound is the same. For, more. Another example, bear and stare. They rhyme, the same sound at the end of bear, air, is the same sound at the end of stare, air, right? But they have different looking endings. They look different, but they sound the same. So in a lot of poems, there is rhyming, okay? So don't forget this word. It's really, really, really important. Rhyming. Okay? Rhyme. Now, our story, aka poem, okay, is about apples. It is a little easy, okay, but you guys don't read a lot of poems, and so I want you to get used to poems. Poems are harder to think about, okay? Sometimes they're deeper. So we're gonna read this really quick poem, okay, and then maybe talk about homework. I forgot in my last video to tell you the author. And one thing I want you to do every time you read a book is just try to say the author's name. I want you to say, the title is Apples, Apples, right? By Liana Mahoney. I know that looks like honey, but it's Mahoney. Okay? Now, always say the author's name. Okay? Now let's read it. Apples, apples, growing on a tree. Apples, apples, pick one just for me. 1 apple, 2 apples, 3 apples, 4. Red apples, green apples, yellow apples, more. Apples, apples, tasty as can be. Apples, apples, share one now with me. Okay, so we can still do reading comprehension for such a short poem. Okay, so this is pretty easy. Let's see if you remember from the story. I will go back to the page just in case. So number 1, what colors are the apples in the poem? What colors are the apples in the poem? Do you remember? I'm going to write them down and then I'll show you in the story. You write it down too. You can write it in your notebook, or if you printed, write it in the printed. There were 3 colors to the apples. You remember? Red apples, green apples, yellow apples, more. And that rhymes, right, with 4. So red, green, and yellow. That's all you need to write there. Okay, it doesn't want a full sentence. So write pairs of rhyming words from the poems. And this is a complete sentence frame for you, right? So the words blank and blank rhyme. I want you to go back to your story. I gave you a hint for the first one. And no, apples and apples do not rhyme. The same word said again is not rhyming. It has to be 2 different words, right? Not the same one word. So what 2 words in this stanza, in this area, rhyme? And it's not apples and apples. Think you got the answer? Write it down. Tree and me rhyme. Okay? I'm going to be testing you guys later about finding rhyming words. Okay? It's really fun and very important for you to hear English. Hear the rhyming. Okay? It'll help you remember things. Next one. What is another pair of rhyming words? We already talked about this one too. What words are rhyming in the second part? It's not apples and apples. Okay, good. Write it down. Ready? The words for and more rhyme. Okay. Make sure you have your answer written down. Ready for the last rhyming pair? A pair means 2, right? A partridge, or a pair is 2. Sorry, I was gonna say something else, but never mind. Okay, let's see. Apples, apples, tasty as can be. Apples, apples, share one now with me. What 2 words are rhyming? Okay, hopefully you got be and me. The words be and me rhyme. That should take you 2 seconds to write that. The words be and me rhyme. Same last ending, right? Same ending sound. Okay, what does the word tasty mean? Does it mean A, good for you, B, yummy, C, red and green, D, growing on a tree? What does the word tasty mean? It means yummy, right? Tasty. Taste. I know you guys learned taste, a sense that you have so you can taste things that are yummy, right? Hopefully we used our taste to also taste bad things, but mostly good things. So really quick, just for fun, I want you to draw a picture of 2 friends eating apples. Okay, I want you to draw a picture of 2 friends eating apples. Okay, this is just for fun, and I want you to take a picture and send it to your co-teacher just to prove you drew your picture. Okay, I'm gonna give you about 2 minutes to quickly draw you and your friend eating apples. give you another minute to quickly draw 2 of your friends drawing apples, and you can always finish this later, okay, during homework time. Give you about 30 more seconds. All right, so there is a sheet included in this packet, all the worksheets, worksheets. There's this sheet provided. This is just a challenge for some of you who are very good at writing. Many of you are very good at writing. It just says on the lines below, and you can do it anywhere you want. You can do it on the back of the paper, you can type it. But tell about a time when you went apple picking. That means you went to pick apples. If you never picked apples before, what do you think it would be like? And you could make a crazy story about apple picking, and then, I don't know, maybe aliens and monsters show up, or superheroes, or an airplane, or a helicopter, or the ocean comes and knocks all the apples out of the trees. So if you want a challenge, I will grade this myself. If any of you want to do this challenge and write me, 5 sentences, 6, 7 sentences on if you've been apple picking, what it was like, or what it would be like if you went apple picking. So if you want a good challenge, this is a challenge for you, okay? You do not have to do it. It is not your homework, but if you want to do it for fun, please do it over this short weekend that we have, right? Okay? So, for homework, let's see. I'm thinking about doing this, maybe a separate one for people who want to do something more difficult. This is pretty easy, okay? So all you do is read this poem, Problem Solved. Don't forget to say the author. Read it to yourself. And then you're going to answer, what is the problem? What is the solution? And then number 2 and number 3 is really easy. Name 3 places you hide. Like a cupboard, under the couch, under the bed, in the closet. Where are some places you like to hide? There is this page. You do not need to do it. It's just some ideas, okay? So forget this page, okay? And there are answers for everything except the bottom. You have to tell me 3 places you hide when you play games, like hide and seek, right? Hide means to hide somewhere, and seek means to look, okay? So your homework is this. I will, you might have an extra one if you guys want to try a challenge, but I think a big challenge is for you to try to write about apple picking, right? So if you guys want a challenge, again, challenge apple picking, okay? You do not have to write it here, but you can, okay? So I will see you all on Wednesday, okay? Have a great short weekend, and I hope school starts soon. It's going crazy. On Monday, you'll see all the videos from then on will be done at school, okay? And I miss you guys. See you soon. Bye.